You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go. So yeah, when a cop eats his gun, there's a great possibility that the officer was psychologically tortured and psychologically warred. I have to call it war because operated doesn't paint it right. They have psychological war techniques that CIA uses on our enemies. They'll use it on a cop. There'll be a contract out there to take him out, and they'll, make up a case or won't make up a case depending on what they want to do. Most likely, the cop gets surreptitiously drugged, and then he eats his gun or she eats her gun. Just how they do it. It's a reality of our nation, and the reason we're having these quite comical issues when you think of the perspective of God and what God is doing to all of you and how deluded you all are. So I'm going to get into something else here. I said something about my spiritual status, that God uses my spiritual status. I've had a life with God without my present body, at least now. I don't know exactly how it works as far as what I'll experience when I leave Earth, or while I'm here, I'm experiencing little bits of it. It's a lot less now than it was. I mean, God's in here speaking in my mind. God had to convince me. I guess he felt he had to convince me a certain level. He didn't have to. I do anything for God anyway. But God wanted to convince me that it was real. So God showed me a lot of things in my mind, and it's a wonderful experience. However, I have information, and other people do too. God can, I don't know if you ever hear Jesus real time in your mind. I don't know if you can or do, but Jesus can move around the planet in the mind. Remember, Jesus said there are those from a different fold that hear him, and they will come also. So those are people that are not in the church. Those are people that are not in the church. There are people that are Hindu that I know that will come with us. They're wonderful people, and they love Jesus and they believe Jesus, but they also have some additional things that they have to do on earth because God specified it, not your church. No, your church isn't God. No, God specified. The Father, here's Jesus, man, Jesus Spirit, Jesus Soul, and then there's God, big God. Maybe you'll figure it out. I don't know if you will. I really don't care at this point. We're at the end time phase, so we'll just continue on in that. But I want to tell you that I've had this thing with God, this relationship, where God moves my spirit and my knowledge and my personality with God. And God will put it into the mind of people so they can have knowledge from another creation. Of course, my knowledge all comes from God. It all emanates from God. But God likes when creation gets to interact with other creation. Q clue. Q clue, all of you. God likes interaction. He doesn't like police departments standing in the way of interaction that God has specified, authorized, and required. So what happens is God will pass me around to be heard. Any question they ask goes through my personality and my mind instead of going directly to God. But of course, God's there also. We got to ask God. I didn't come up with this idea. God did. God's the creator. Oh, right. Your church isn't the creator. Your synagogue isn't the creator. Your temple, your gurdwara is not the creator. God is the creator. Do you want to acknowledge that yet? Or do we have more COVID-19 and riots and people being killed? Again, I am not asking you to do anything violent. I'm not going to do anything violent, but God is going to make the biggest hell out of this planet until you stop murdering people with psychological warfare, psychological torture techniques that you want to call either investigation or private investigation or let's get that MFer, whatever you call it, you need to stop, all of you. So, I have this status that God uses because God built it. Over all those ages, God had me speaking into the minds of people. God told me, and I've experienced it, I was present at the crucifixion of Rabbi Jesus. I was present there. And he said, I got very, very angry. I got very, very angry, and I did some things to those people. Herod, he didn't die a nice death. No, he didn't. You know, the curtain of that temple was rent. They weren't nice people either to Jesus. And guess what happened the other day? You're all stressed over it. FBI, here's a stressed person. He must have committed a crime somewhere. Or does he get a pass because he's a union boss for NYPD? Because I know it works like that. So yeah, here in Texas, they went crazy. They went what? As soon as COVID-19 was decreasing, and what I did was I really helped them. I blessed it. I blessed it. I blessed the bejesus out of it. You know, it's supposed to be Bar Jesus, actually. Don't you find it funny that we have an attorney general named Bar, and Bar Jesus is a satanic evil magician in the Bible? Isn't that interesting? So again, I made sure that God knew that there was an issue here on this planet. And God knew because you triggered your psychological torture that you've tortured me with previously. No, it's not an investigation, no matter what you call it, or how many people agree with you. And you've been doing it to me for over, or approximately 25 years. I say over 20 years because I did have some life before that, but I was still being manipulated and tortured. It's been happening 25 years. I would have ate a gun like everyone else if I wasn't so close to God, or should I say God so close to me, because I have no ability to be close to God. It is all God, and God for some reason likes me. Go figure. God likes me enough to kill all those people. God likes me enough to bring COVID-19 to torture your communities. I'll tell you what, I told God in Oklahoma before I had to leave there because the deep state there was torturing me. But before I left, I said to God, fire for effect on my grid coordinates. Take this place out. I gave God the permission. I told people I gave God the permission to take us all out here, even if it kills me. So things are changing. Things are going to change. Oh, don't listen to him. He's a criminal. Look how stressed out he is. They use that bullshit the FBI puts on everyone that they want to murder in cold blood along with NYPD and other police departments such as Tyler PD here. You're not innocent. You know you're a murderer. Now remember, in Nazi Germany, they had police departments. In communist Russia, they have police departments. China, they have police departments. Ask that boss that they got running that place that likes to speak with Trump there. Go ask him, do you have police departments? Say, yeah. Do you arrest thieves? Oh, yes, we arrest thieves. Do you arrest rapists? Yes, we arrest rapists. Same people as you, NYPD. Because you torture people secretly, don't you? It's bigger than just what you did for 8.5 minutes. See, George Floyd, I'm trying to tell you. It's all that psychological stuff that CIA taught you, that you cause people to eat guns and go crazy and go naked down the street and all the other stuff you do to them. It's demonic and satanic. So, okay, you are a cop and you do cop things. Oh, you look very stressed about it too today. You must have committed a crime. Because that's what we notice when we investigate with the CIA and the FBI. We look for stress. You look stressed today, all of you. So again, I had a spiritual journey with God. And that's where my status comes from. And you have to wait on the Lord, because I explained it to you. I said, look, God's going to act when God can act. Because Satan will protect a lot of you. So God waits till God gets it all right and then attacks. Oh, but you go to church. Oh, that's nice. You go to church. That means that God can't punish you, right? And you save people from crime, but you cause crime. You cause death. You cause murder. You cause rapes using psychological methods that were illegal to use against U.S. citizens. But since the FBI psychologist told you and the lawyer says it's okay, right? Oh, it's okay. Then it's okay for God to kill you and kill everyone else. Again, nobody act out physically. Give it to God. Don't pray for people that have committed the sin unto death. And if they're doing what I'm telling you they're doing, and there are people doing it, it's not an imagination, then they deserve all of it, and you don't pray for them. Period. Well, again, be peaceful, let God act, and praise God in all that you do. Praise God.
You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.